Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer. So this is my first time going live. We'll see what happens. I hope I don't say anything stupid. Anyway, so I wanted to do tonight the full moon rituals for the super wolf moon. This is a super moon tonight, and it's really special because it's January 1st. So here we are starting off the new year with a full moon, and the full moon has got so much power. So I have some incense going, and I've saged the area. And you can't see everything here right now, but I'll move the camera. Hopefully I'll be able to do it right. Just bear with me, please. So I had a couple of questions from viewers, and I always like to keep everybody's names and confidentiality, because you never know who's watching, or they don't want anyone to see it. So I'm not going to let anybody's name be shown, but I did sage everything. I cleansed everything. I have some incense going right now. Dylan, come on, knock it off. I'm going to just light a little bit of sage. All right. And I'm going to show you what I've got here. First of all, for anybody that asked a question, I'm doing the prosperity spell. So that's that. Anybody, you asked a question, your name is on the candle, and we're going to do a prosperity spell. Now, I have a citrine here, which is going to sit by the candle, and I also have a $2 bill and then a check. It's got some incense on it because this is what I use. I put it underneath the candle. So we're going to add some prosperity rice that I made last night to the candle. So if you've watched the video that I made, the prosperity spell, this is really simple to make. Now, even though I already cleansed these candles, I'm going to just take a little bit of Florida water. Well, that candle up there is. And I'm just going to tap it, rub it a little bit. Okay. And then I am going to, I have to get my wand. I left it. No, I don't need the wand. I'll use this. I'm going to just make a couple of holes here in the candle. Remember, when you do it clockwise, because this is something that we want to bring to us. And I'm going to take some of the prosperity rice, and I'm going to just sprinkle it in here in the candle. And I have everyone's name, everyone that participated in this, and then just a couple of close friends of mine, people that I need that need some well wishes. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to light up this candle, and I'm going to rest it right on top of that $2 bill next to the citrine. All right, that's it. Now these candles, I picked them up yesterday or the day before at ShopRite. You can get them at ShopRite. They're not expensive. They're a couple of dollars a piece, and you charge them up the way you like. And some people let them burn and never extinguish them. I do put them out if I leave. I don't like playing around with fire. Knock it off, Dylan. All right. Now, the next thing that I wanted to do is I'm going to do a protection spell for all of us. So anyone that participated, this is protection. Stop, Dylan. Protection. And oh wow, look at that. That's a huge flame, and that's going right in a circle. Now in the circle, which I'll show you, it's surrounded by salt, and I have the 5 white candles. I haven't lit them yet, but I'm going to light them now. All right. And I'm just going to use another candle to light each of these 5 candles. And I'm going clockwise, because this is all stuff that we want to bring to us. I had somebody who sent me a question about waiting for a phone call. I did the reading on it, but I haven't heard back from her, so I don't know if maybe she got the phone call and that's what happened. But I'm going to just do a quick little white candle spell for her, because if she didn't get it yet, I want her to get it too. I want her to be included in it too. All right. All right, Dylan, there's no one out there that's threatening our lives. Relax. This is the candle for that girl, and I'm gonna just put a little High John the Conqueror oil on it, because High John the Conqueror, he kind of works pretty fast. And I'm gonna anoint the candle inward. This candle up here is crackling. It's crackling, like there's little sparks coming from it. Oh, maybe the full moon is making Dylan a little bit nuts. Okay. So, I got a little green. I want her to get her phone call now. If she hasn't already, I have a little green candle holder for her here. Okay, the next one I have someone who, she's wishing to travel to London. Dylan, stop! Now let me tell you something about London. I just have always felt such a connection to England, and I almost went there many years ago, but the plans fell through for one reason or another, and I have always felt so much of a connection to England that I actually had my DNA done because I thought that there was a chance that I could be part English. We don't, well, I don't think that there is any English in me, but. So I want this girl to go to England. So I'm using a blue candle because it's travel over water. And it's, I wrote her name on it, which you can't see because I don't want anyone to see it. And I'm going to light this right now. Okay, we're going to send you to London. Okay, I'm putting it inside this circle, which I will show you the circle. Just not yet. Okay. Then I had one viewer. I actually had two Aries women with the same question about finding love this year. So each one of these women have their own love spell candle. So I have their names and their birth dates just to differentiate for my own self which one is which. Because I'm also going to show you the difference between when a candle burns out really well and when a candle struggles. So for this candle here, I'm going to add a little High John the Conqueror oil to it because we want to speed things up here. Nobody likes waiting. You know, like Tom Petty says, the waiting is the hardest part. Waiting sucks. So this one happens to be for somebody who is very special to me. March 31st. If you're watching, this is for you. We're gonna make it happen. It's happening this year, okay? And that's going right in the, circle. Oh no. The prosperity candle went out, which is definitely not a good thing. And I'm going to relight it. And maybe it went out because there's too much rice in it. Got some of the rice. I definitely find that lately for me that prosperity candles have been struggling. So now this one is a healing one, the blue healing, and it's for a number of people. It's for several people in my life that I know personally that need healing. It's for somebody that had a request, and I'm going to light that one next. You can use blue for healing. It's good to do on Sunday night or on Sunday. But pretty much normally, I don't normally start spells on Monday because it's more of like a day of like reflection, introspection. It's the day of the moon. But being that it's the full moon tonight, I'm totally thinking that it's great to, go for it. I mean, this is an extra special moon, and it's also on New Year's. We want to kick this year off right. I've mentioned it before when I was studying Kabbalah actively. The number 18 was a very powerful number to Kabbalah, in Kabbalah. And then what I've been seeing a lot of is that it's also equal to, 2018 is equal to the number 11. And you know that that's a spiritual number. So I'm convincing myself and everyone else that this is going to be the best year ever. So get on board, because good things are coming. Okay, this is Palo Santo, and I've already saged this place 100 times, but we're just going to sage it a little bit more. Okay, now the next candle I have here is for my other Aries. The other Aries that was looking for love. I believe I got everyone in, and if I didn't and you want to send me an email, I will do one special for you. This candle here is for another woman who happens to be a Gemini who asked a question, and she would like to take her relationship to the next level, so we're lighting this candle for her. Putting that right up there in the circle. So, light this up a little bit, and then I'm going to show you the rest of this altar. It's really my dining room table, but the things that go on in my house are not always, not like what goes on in everybody else's house. So sage the place. The other candles that I have burning here, which you're going to see, one I think just went out, are spells that I've been working on. They've been going probably for like the past week or so, and I had them going all day, but I just wanted to do this a little bit separate. And then I have the pictures of my ancestors, because those are the people that I ask for to help me when I need help, and sometimes I need a lot of help. So before I move the camera, I'm just going to get the two candles. So this candle that I did for a client. I started it on a Tuesday because it was a Mars spell. It was for passion. And this candle, you can see it burned really well. Like, it's pretty clear. I mean, it's a little bit sticky, but it's not that bad. And some of that soot that's on the side, it's not from the candle burning, it's from what I used to light the candle when it got too low. This candle, which was the healing spell, it's all black, half of it burnt. Half the candle is still intact and I can't get the wick to light. So this spell here I would consider to be unsuccessful. And I've redone it on this blue one here. In no sense, it's not working. You know, when something is not working, it's not working. So just, you know, get rid of it. You know, I always I'll put like a little sage in it, release the energies, get rid of it, because it's just not working. And I think that that holds true with a lot of things in life. If something is not working, not working. You know? So just let it go. There's something else out there, or the healing is not ready to take place, or somebody's holding on to pain. Whatever it is, sometimes we hold on to pain because we feel like if we let it go, we don't care anymore. That's not true, but you know, we have to make that decision for ourselves. But I wanted to show you the difference. This is a spell that I would consider to be very successful. This is a spell that needs help. And when something like this happens, I usually try it again. Try it again with a different candle, because whatever it is, the timing wasn't right, the planets weren't aligned, whatever it is, this didn't work. So we're gonna let that go. So I kind of had a little bit of an issue myself with what to do with getting rid of these jars, because they say that you should, if it's something that you want to bring to you, you should bury it in your front yard. If it's something that you want to send away from you, you should bury it in your backyard. I live in a townhouse, so I don't really have my own front yard and my own backyard. And even if I did, I go through so many glass jars that, I mean, my whole backyard would be buried with glass. And then I also, I don't want to do that to the earth. So I was discussing it with a couple of other people who also do spells and rituals, and they said that it really is okay to like sage them out, release the energies, and then just recycle them. Because, if you would see how many I have in my recycle bin right now, I have like 20 of them. Who's burying all that in their backyard? I mean, it just would make my backyard like a landfill. Okay, so that is that. Now, before I move the camera, I'm going to move the camera here because I want you to see here. This is what's going on down here, okay? Can I flip it? Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so this is tonight. This is what I just started tonight. And there is the salt around the circle, and then the 5 little white candles. There's the money spell with the money underneath it, the healing candle, the love spell candles, the candle for the girl that's waiting for the phone call, okay? And then over here, that green candle right here is a prosperity spell that I started on the winter solstice. I started that and it's been burning. I do it a couple of minutes a day. This black one here, black is protection. It speeds things up. So that's been going all day. And then there's my grandmother back there. And then that $2 bill there, I put there for an offering. So whenever you ask your ancestors for something, you kind of want to leave them something. Up here, I have a little jar full of candies. And then there's my grandfather, right? And there's my mom. And there's great-grandma Angelina, who was my grandfather's mother. This black candle here, I burned that as an offering for them. And then one of my cousins that had passed away, he's down there too, because I feel like he's around me all the time. And I'll get to that. Now these other candles here have been burning all day. The 2 of Hearts and the 2 of Queens, the Queen of Hearts, I found those while I was out jogging. So they're important. So this candle here is done. And then what you do here is you have the water, which is supposed to call in the spirits. Okay? And then the rest of that other side of the table is kind of a mess, so I'm not going to show that to you. So let's turn this back around. Oh, there we go. All right, so this isn't going so terrible yet, I don't think. I don't know, I'm not watching it, you are. So my cousin growing up, he was always kind of a little bit rambunctious. And when we were like teenagers, my mom would let me go like places like that she normally wouldn't let me go if I was with him, because I guess she trusted him because he was kind of street smart. And there's one thing about, there's a connection that I have with him because I feel it all the time. Like if I'm in, sometimes like I'll be in the area where he used to live and a song will come on that reminds me of him and I just know he's around. So I always keep him on the table because I'm like, and especially with this one certain situation, I'm like, I feel like he's got my back. It's just, or like I'll see his name somewhere or, so it's just, I have a weird connection to him and I feel like he's looking out for me sometimes. So he's on the table. Now, great-grandma Angelina was my grandfather's mother, and for some reason I always felt connected to her, maybe because my grandfather used to talk about her all the time, and my grandfather was my best friend. I could listen to him tell me the same stories over and over again and never, ever get tired of them. So I feel connected to her, so I ask her for favors too. And my mom and my grandma, they were a little bit alike in some ways, where they could be tough. They could have like a little bit of tough, like, so if I feel like somebody's messing with me, those are the two that I go to. And they're not mother and daughter. That's mother and daughter-in-law, or grandma, and you know what I mean. It's my father's mother, but my mom. So, so that's about it. So with something like this, I would sit with it for a little while. And I'm going to be up for a while, so I'm just going to let them go. And, if you guys have any questions, if there's anything that, you know, you want to ask me, feel free to, you can always email me, leomoon2588 @gmail.com, if you don't want to post a comment because it's something that's private. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to people because I hate waiting. I'm so impatient. So you can email me or you can comment below. We are on Instagram as well, the Magic Junk Drawer. If you want to DM me there, that's fine. And if there's anything that you have questions about, I'll probably give you guys an update on these candle spells at some point later on in the week or maybe next week. But I wanted to do it live because the full moon is happening just about now. I'm looking at the time, it's 9:19. I believe at 9:24 the moon will be full. So this is like, not only is it a special month because we have a blue moon, which means on January 31st we will have the second full moon in January. So a month that has 2 full moons in it, it's a blue moon. A month that has 2 new moons in it, it's called the black moon. And they're rare. So if there is something that you want to put out into the universe, now is a good time to do it. Well, like the energy, working with the energy of the moon. So you think of like the new moon would be the time that you want to begin something. The full moon is like when it comes into culmination. But you can really work with these energies at any point because there is no right and there's no wrong. It's whatever works for you. A lot of people do love spells with red candles, but I don't see any reason why you can't do a love spell with a green candle because green is the heart chakra. So if you happen to like green better, use a green candle. Use a white candle, black. You know, for so long, they kind of led us to believe that black was evil and it was dark. But here's the thing, everything starts off dark, right? Like you can't have light without dark. You go out and you plant a seed and you want a flower to grow, the seed grows in the darkness. Things need to be dark. It has to be good and it has to be, you know, like it has to be light and dark. It's good and bad. All of us have it. Nobody is 100% good. I mean, nobody has, you know, I am guilty all the time of giving people the finger in traffic because I just get aggravated. Like if you cut me off, or when people don't signal, like what does it take to put a signal on? So, you know, we're human and there is good and there's bad in everything. So you want to see if you can balance those energies. And sometimes, sometimes you need to be a little bit evil. You know, what am I going to tell you? It's just, that's how it is. And I think that we've grown up thinking, we've been taught that darkness is evil. We've been taught that the devil is evil. We've been taught that, you know, you're bad if you do this. But all these things are really just a means of controlling people. And, you know, like, for example, stoplights. You have to stop at the stoplight. Why? Because that's what you were told to do. That keeps society functioning. If you don't stop at a stoplight, you know, what could happen? You know, like we need to have some kind of rules because we're functioning in a society. But some things are not, you know, it's like if you were taught that darkness is evil, it's not. It's just dark. And I mentioned this in one of my videos. I had gone to see a psychic many years ago, and I remember walking in, and he said to me, one of the first things he said to me was, when you entered, you came in with one light entity and two dark. And I was so offended. I was like, there's, like, thinking to myself, I wouldn't say it to him, but I was like, there is nothing dark about me. I'm all good. Yeah, but meanwhile, how many times did I give the finger to somebody on the way to see him? And how many times did I, you know, curse and tell someone to drop dead or whatever? You know, that's not really nice. So the point is that, and like he said, he goes, just because they're dark doesn't mean they're bad. You know, we kind of think of associating darkness with evil, but it's not. It's why children always like, I'm afraid of the dark. Well, because you can't see, there's nothing there. There, you know, it's just dark. Don't be afraid of the dark. So anyway, So all these little things, all these little rituals and all these things that I've learned over the years, I like to share them with people because I find that people are interested in it. And I don't really have an arena where I could talk about this stuff except on YouTube. So if you have questions or if there's anything that you want to know or anything that you're interested in and you want to email me, feel free. And I will update you on the spells. And if you ask me for a reading, and you know we did it over the last couple of days, thank you so much for asking because you know it's a way to get people interactive, and you know you can always update me if something changes or if you want to revisit it. The girl that's looking to go to London, I'm going to pull those cards again in a month because things change. You know, something can change tomorrow that sends her there, you know? And I would like to see her. I would like to go to London too. But anyway, I can tell you right now that so far all these candles are burning really well, even the green one that struggled in the beginning. So all of these candles are burning very well. They're in this little circle. And that's about it. I have the citrine here because citrine brings in money. And it's heart-shaped. It's like a puffy heart. And I have other crystals on the table, but that's about it. So I'm going to let this go for a while. I'm going to sit here with it, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. This is the first time I've ever gone live, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.